I'm back again. I taught you how to make bread, so now I'm going to teach you how to make something to put on that bread. I'm going to teach you how to make a really easy freezer strawberry jam. My mom used to make this when I was younger and I loved it, and I guess in a way it kind of makes me feel like home or whatever you want to call it, but it makes me feel good. So the first thing we're going to do, we've got our ingredients. I've got 4 cups of sugar that I've measured out ahead of time. And I've got strawberries that I have cleaned and taken the tops off of. And I've got my pectin, which I like. This is made by Sure-Jell. It's called Certo. And you get 2 packets, and it's liquid. It's not the powdered pectin. I like that it stirs in much easier. You don't have to wait for it to melt. And so it incorporates much nicer into your jam. It's a little bit easier to work with. And again, I don't get any money from anybody for this. I don't get free products. I'm just trying to give you tips that have worked for me, which I like this product. It's worked really well for me, and it's available in any local grocery store. So that's why I use that. And another thing that we need to have is 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So the first thing we've got to do, we need to take approximately 4 cups of strawberries, and I'm just going to put them in my food processor and grind them up. And I want to come up with about 2 cups of liquid to use for the jam. Okay, I started out, I put some of my strawberries into the food processor, and I've made them really liquidy. I let them really get ground up. Now I'm going to add some more, and I'm not going to grind them up as much. I want to leave some of the pieces of berry a little bit bigger, so you're not just eating kind of mush, you're actually getting pieces of the berry when you eat the jam. So I'm just going to pulse. I just kind of want to get a nice slurry. I want some pieces, but not too big. And so this looks really nice. Hopefully you can kind of see the texture of it. It's not all liquid at this point. There are some nice pieces of strawberry also. Okay, so I've ground up my strawberries, and I've now got 2 cups of them measured out. And normally I'm not a super precise baker or cook, but when you're making jam, you need to be really careful of your measurements. So if it says 2 cups of something, you need to try to get exactly 2 cups. So I'm going to put my strawberries in a big bowl, and I'm going to add my 4 cups of sugar. And now I need to mix that all together, and we want to let that sit. It's going to need to sit for at least 10 minutes because we want to get the sugar to melt. We don't want it to be all grainy, and you can see right now that it's not really well incorporated into the strawberries. So we need to stir and stir and get that all mixed together. Make sure that we don't have lumps of sugar, and we want to let that just sit and do its thing. It's going to kind of melt. The sugar will melt. It's actually, sugar in a lot of recipes is considered a liquid ingredient because once you add it to the recipe, it does melt. So we want this all to blend together and to melt. So I am going to set a timer for 10 minutes, and I'm going to just come back periodically in that 10 minutes and stir this so that it helps it all get mixed together. I'm not going to make you sit here and wait for me for 10 minutes while I do this. So I will come back to this once the 10 minutes is up. All right, it's been 10 minutes and my mixture has all kind of melted together. So I hope you can see that it looks a little mixed and it's not all full of crumbly, grainy sugar. So that's looking really nice. So the next thing, the final part of this is I have my pectin that I've opened up, and I'm going to pour that into a bowl. And you want to really squeeze the pouch and get every bit of that pectin out of there. And I'm sorry, some of you may hear my cat Boots meowing in the background. He's not happy. I'm not giving him attention, so he's a little upset with me. So, so now I am going to add my lemon juice to my pectin. And I am just going to give that a really nice stir. And you don't have to do anything crazy. You just want to make sure that it's all mixed together. That's all you need. And then the final step of this is I'm going to add it to my strawberry mixture. So I'm just going to get all this pectin out of the bowl and put it into my strawberry mixture. And then I'm going to set my timer for 3 minutes, and I'm going to stir this actively for 3 minutes because you want that pectin to really get mixed up with all the strawberries because you want it to thicken all parts of it. You don't want to get like a thick clump in one part and then it's watery in another. You want it all mixed up. So I will be back at the end of the 3 minutes. Okay, so I've got this all stirred up. I stirred for 3 minutes. You don't realize how long 3 minutes is until you do something like stirring for a whole 3 minutes. So now that we've gotten that part done, we are ready to put this into containers. So this is different than when you make cooked jam. This is a lot easier and it takes a lot less time. You don't have to do a hot water bath and you don't have to put wax on the top and all of that stuff. So it's just so much easier. The only problem is it is not shelf stable for your pantry. This does have to stay in a refrigerator or a freezer. Otherwise it will go bad. So the one thing you have to do to start, you're going to pour it into your containers and you're going to let it sit on your counter for about 24 hours. I know that sounds weird, but it's just a chance for it to thicken up before you get it cold. And I did a batch yesterday and you can see that it's all congealed now. It's been almost 24 hours. So these ones I'm going to be putting in my freezer and they'll be ready for us to eat whenever we want. And then I'll just go ahead and tomorrow at this time, I'll put these ones in the fridge or the freezer. So that's really it. It's super easy. And I've had really good luck with this liquid pectin. I don't always have good luck with the powdered pectin, so I look for this one now, and it actually is cheaper because you get 2 packets in it. So I was able to make 2 batches of jam yesterday and today with the one package because there are 2 pouches inside. So I wish you good luck. I hope your jam turns out really well. If you've got some really nice fruits, like we've got strawberries that are really good and they're really cheap right now. So I just loaded up on a bunch of strawberries and made the strawberry. But you can look at the recipes in the box for the pectin. They have a whole list. You can do all kinds of things. You can do apricots and raspberries and peaches and blueberries and whatever you would like. So good luck to you. I hope that you enjoy your jam making, and I hope your family enjoys eating your homemade jam. Bye.